Hello and welcome to McIver's Grant Public Library's Healthy Ever After mission. This is a partnership between us and UT Extension, so Ms. Caitlin will be up next to share a video on your activity packet for this story. This story we're going to read today is the next in a series by Steve Smallman of Fairy Tales with a Healthy Twist. This one's called You're Not Ugly, Duckling. So Steve Smallman is the author. He wrote the words. And Neil Price is the illustrator. That means he drew the pictures. And this book was published by QEB Publishing. Let's find out what happens to the ugly duckling. Once upon a time, Mommy Duck sat waiting for her eggs to hatch. At last, crack, 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 out popped 4 adorable ducklings. But one of the eggs didn't hatch. Mommy Duck waited and waited until... What do you think is going to happen to that big egg? Crack! Out came a little duckling who was, well, a little bit different. He wasn't cute or fluffy, and he had a rather silly hairdo. Mommy Duck was a little surprised, but she loved her baby just the same. I think I'll call you Tufty, she said with a smile. And there's Mama Duck with her new duckling. And do you see the other ducklings? He does look different than the other ducklings, doesn't he? What about that one that has the egg on him still? All the cute little ducklings waddled in a line behind their mom, but Tufty plodded along on his big, flappy feet. Peep, 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 peep. Peep, peep, went the little ducklings. Quark, went Tufty. There's Mama. Peep, 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 quark. There's Tufty with his big feet and his quark. Ugh! What an ugly duckling, cried the other animals in the farmyard. They laughed at him and chased him around, pecking at his tail and his tufty hair. Leave him alone, cried Mommy Duck. You are big bullies. Excuse me. But it wasn't just big bullies that poor Tufty had to deal with. His brothers and sisters bullied him too. Did you know that people you love can bully you too? Stop that, shouted a little sparrow, but they took no notice of her. Tufty got sadder and sadder until one day... What do you think Tufty did when he was so sad? He ran away. He left a note for Sparrow. I've gone to find somewhere I can really fit in, Tufty. Look at this, cried Sparrow to the ducklings. See what you have done. The ducklings felt terrible. They looked everywhere for Tufty, but they couldn't find him. It was getting late when Mommy Duck called her ducklings back to the safety of the pond, but Sparrow kept on searching and searching and searching until finally she spotted some feathers sticking up out of the clump of reeds. It was Tufty. There you are, Sparrow cried and rushed to give her friend a big feathery hug. What are you doing here? Asked Tufty. Looking for you. Everyone's been so worried about you, said Sparrow. Everyone? Said Tufty in surprise. Yes, everyone. So can we please go home now? The two friends set off together, and they were almost home when, help! A hungry fox was after Tufty's brothers and sisters. Leave them alone, you big bully, Tufty shouted. I think Tufty's finally had enough. The fox turned around and grinned a nasty grin. Oh, look, he laughed. An ugly duckling with a stupid hairdo. My hairdo is not stupid, cried Tufty, and then he rushed straight at the fox, who was so surprised that he jumped backwards and fell into the pond with a great big splash. Sometimes when you've had enough, you've just had enough, haven't you? The ducklings were amazed. That was very brave, they said. Thank you for saving us. Then they all said the words that the ugly duckling had been waiting to hear for a very long time. What words do you think they might have said that the ugly duckling might have wanted to hear? What words can you say if you hurt somebody's feelings with your words? I'm sorry. We're sorry we're so mean to you before just because you don't look the same as us. You're a brave little brother, and you're not an ugly duckling at all. There they are talking to their brother. It's a very pretty picture, isn't it? Look at the fox in the back. Aren't I, said Tufty. No, you're not, said his brothers and sisters. You are a delightfully different duckling. Then with a happy quirk, Tufty, the delightfully different duckling, waddled all the way back home where he lived happily and differently ever after. Quirk. So did you know that people you love can also say things that hurt your feelings? And before you get so upset that you run away, you should talk to them about it. You should say, I don't like it when you say those things. That hurts my feelings. And then if they don't stop, you should always go tell an adult. You should never get to the point where you run away. Okay? So we are going to talk today in our activity kit with Miss Caitlin. We're going to talk about ways we can use our hands and our words as a good friend. Because you can use your hands as a not so good friend. You might take something from somebody, or you might hit somebody. Ooh, we shouldn't do that, should we? Sometimes though, we forget how much our words can hurt people in the same way that our hands can. If you say something ugly to somebody, you could make them feel really bad, like Tufty felt. So we're going to talk about our craft today with Miss Caitlin. So until next time, I hope you live healthily ever after, and we'll see you soon.